neighborhoods are the most free neighborhoods that I've ever seen. And nobody thinks of it that way, but that's why I want to be here, because all of the things that you have around you are the things that nobody else has.
Let me tell you.
You can do whatever you want.
Let me drop it.
Right.
And
tapped into something. I don't really want to say this on camera.
To me, like, growing food is the single most politically potent action you can take. To me, it hits so many different levels.
You know, there's things that we can do economically, socially, politically, in a local sense, all the way to a global sense, that really could change the game.
This neighborhood is North Philadelphia, which happens to be one of the most impoverished areas in the city.
Majority of this trash is actually like trucks, work trucks. They come in and they dump this trash here. They said like they do it on like almost a daily basis. Like people have cleaned these lots before, like from the neighborhood, and trucks actually come here and they dump this trash and they've watched them do it.
In some places, to put it frankly, it looks like a bomb hit it. You know what I mean? And to be a place that has been termed as where like a food or nutritional like wasteland or desert. So this is one of those places where we need to have a community garden.
I started an organization called Philly Food Forests about 1.5 years ago. And we're here today in our main space, which is called Mercy Edible Park. It's on the 500 block of Mercy Street in South Philly. It's 18 vacant lots that are, I think, about 16,000 square feet. And we are starting a permaculture food forest. What we do is we work with community members to take over vacant lots, of which there are 40,000 or more in this city, and turn them into gardens or community green spaces or barbecue spaces, just to make sure that the blight that is in neighborhoods that are under the most economic distress are actually, you know, that they're actually getting a little recognition and a little assistance to turn their communities into the places that they want them to be. We've been really successful here because we went door to door and before we started planting or doing anything, and we asked if everybody would be okay with it, and they were, because this space in particular has been vacant for at least 25 years. We give away all of our food for free, and we want to make sure that everything that Philly Food Forests has its hands in, at least for the foreseeable future, will all be free distribution to neighbors and volunteers. And we think that over time we can probably feed a good portion of the people in this city.
It's awesome, and who doesn't like fresh food?
I know, like,
yeah, and you would. I think also people would be surprised to see the abundance that you'll yield from these lots that really aren't that big. I think people would you really will be able to feed a community.
So we were thinking making the middle of the garden over there a peace sign.
Oh, that's hot. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, most definitely. Wow.
That's great.
I think that's really cool. Did you just design that? Wow.
Yeah.
You're a visionary. I like it.
Well, I've been doing this for a little while, so.
There it is.
Cool. Wow.
That's manpower.
Yeah, really.
Manpower.
Also, what it will do is engender pride, overall pride, in the community. So the citizens will become mobilized.
I can go hit it again. Lay down the foundation.
I got involved here because I just started kind of trolling the internet. I'd always wanted to get involved with gardening, like in a city. And so I was like looking for, community garden, urban garden type things. And a bunch of stuff popped up, a lot of sort of traditional community gardens where like you have to be on a waiting list and get your own plot. And it's like this sort of very like, you get like about this much space and you don't really interact with anyone else. But then I heard about Philly food forests, and I thought, wow, this looks really interesting. Like, I gotta check this out.
Oh, Mom, come on. Y'all need some?
But there are people going by in cars and be like, and the seed gets planted.
There are people right now. Over there,
Yeah.
people right now. Yep.
But you also got to beware. You got also people that are going to be resentful because they're thinking, there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
There's the whole.
Well, there is that, but that's why you gotta get people from the neighborhood out. Oh, that's not bad. I was just thinking like you could do this
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah. And that would look pretty too.
And that would be enough. That would probably be enough. And it would end up looking like traditional beds,
Yeah.
kind of all along here. And then you just have these two little things here, like this. And then the planting area would be all in here and in here and here and here and here and here and here and here. Okay. Well, let's see if Levi understands that.
Right.
this thing.
Yeah. It's gonna, like go like that.
Be like you would just be walking like this,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
This whole thing. Pretty big one.
And you'd be like walking this path. And then if you wanted to, you could.
Another thing is onion.
Yeah.
Onion and garlic.
And all
Yes,
that
I
stuff is things
see.
that we need to be eating again, and people are selling it for super expensive and making it so that a lot of people can't even afford it. Why not just grow it?
Because
Yeah.
it's like, amaranth is a weed.
Yeah. Keep your feet straight.
Definitely all about just erasing everything from your mind. Deep in on-thought.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's just the same as walking on the ground. I don't fall down anymore.
You can do anything you want to do.
Every time.
Yeah. It's just muscle. That's all it is.
Damn, that's wild. The thing about it is in Philadelphia, there are no supermarkets. There is no real healthy alternatives to food. And the prices are so high. And one of the things that we realized, we need to build sustainable models. We believe that building farms and community gardens and things like that to be able to be less dependent on the systems and to be more autonomous when it comes to deciding our futures, when it comes to health, education, and things like that. And so a basis and a foundation for it is food. Everybody got to eat.
When you think about the way that large-scale agriculture is done today, on a good side, it helps to feed more people today than who previously have gone hungry in the past. But on the bad side, it is doing horrible things. It does contribute to labor relations, unequitable labor relations, unequitable distribution of food, higher prices, really tearing up our earth.
We went around today and we're really talking with a lot of the residents here in the Bloomberg projects, and they're very much interested in this because they understand that to have a farm here growing our own food and a market would actually bring up the quality of life and work with people's consciousness as far as thinking like, well, why do we need a farm? Why is it necessary? This is actually really great because the Poppy store, you can't even get a can of corn, you know what I mean? And it's full of sodium and it's saturated and it's $3. So if we're out here selling corns by, $2 to $3 a bushel, imagine that. Imagine the consciousness that could raise, imagine the empowerment that could have amongst our communities.
It's a consciousness shift, growing, or people being outside and doing, taking care of vacant lots. If you don't have a vision for what future you want, somebody else is going to dictate that vision.
Just a little bit up in the ground, but it's gonna get lighter up here. There you go.
I have them written down in my book bag.
Tell you what, you have to stay back more while he's.
No, I didn't.
Are you coming to see?
Peppers. Hot peppers?
Jalapenos? Yeah. Now you're talking
That's
about
real hard.
What about tomatoes?
Yeah.
Cherry tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes.
Little tomatoes, big tomatoes. You eat those? For hoagies.
Pickles.
Those are cucumbers.
Yeah, cucumbers.
You can make pickles, and I can show you how to do that. Then they're really good. They're like better than any you can get in the store. You make them yourself. It's common sense to me that if you have a garden, if every block or every community has a garden where people can learn from the beginning of their lives, or no matter how old they are, to grow food and to build community and to talk to each other and to maybe radicalize each other in terms of the kinds of things that they're thinking about, taking control of their own environments, the city is going to win.
Well, she told you I was a panther? Did she tell you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to run around saying, power to the people, free Huey. I'm a revolutionary. Well, the true meaning of revolutionary is to change.
Absolutely.
That's all. And change what? I was the focus. I thought it means change out here. But now I'm focused. It means changing here.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta change yourself first.
That's right. I mean, if you don't want to get in the race by getting involved in your own community, racism gonna keep you out of the race. Because the first thing you're gonna say, that white man did this to us. No, it wasn't a white man. You did it to your damn self. I was giving out flyers, and I asked this young lady, I said, "You want to grow a garden?" She said, "Nope." I said, "Ooh." "You want to grow your own food?" "Nope." I said, "Ooh." "You sure?" "No." I said, "Man, you like heat, but you don't want to grow nothing?" "Oh, okay." Don't know God. That's my love and why I want to do this. And I would like to do this and, help whatever way I can help to eradicate not just the poverty that's in the neighborhood, but help to try to eradicate the way the people think about when they look at vacant lots and abandoned buildings.
I mean, it's extremely complicated.
Yeah,
but
you did it to yourself because you don't want to take time to do for something for your own block.
one of the hardest things to do in society today, and maybe forever, I don't know, is talk to people.
Yep.
People, all the time, people are like, what do you mean, like, you go and you talk to people? What do you mean you knock on people's doors? What do you mean you, like, smile at everybody? Like, people don't do that. That's not common anymore. These are all the needle caps that what's all the needles that we found in the backyard in the fall. So that's ultimately why we cleaned this out, because that's what was happening over here in this sidewalk. Can't take you anywhere. We are on our way to the Fairmount Park Recycling Center, which is basically right in the heart of Fairmount Park. It's a place where residents and businesses and the city go and dump their organic material. It's a really great way of reclaiming a vacant lot is through art like that and sculpture and just like making it very obvious that this is a space that you don't want to dump trash in. If there's any kind of investment in the space, a lot of times people aren't going to trash it. If it's the way it's always been and you don't know any better, you're just going to dump your trash.
Yeah, look at those. Yeah, look at those tires. Great example.
Politicians don't see the benefit. The benefits of gardening, growing food, giving away food, teaching people how to grow food don't translate into hard US dollars. If people are changing their lifestyles, they're going to rely less on government subsidies. They're going to have less health problems. They're going to care more about their neighborhoods, so the city isn't going to have to pay for demolition fees the way that they have been. So why not give people more of an incentive to take care of those lots and improve their lifestyle so that the city doesn't have to? So here we are entering The recycling's in there. It's like a gold mine. I gotta get my muscles up. We are the radicants. It means stems that take root and spread. FFFU. Really free, really for you. Plant, play, eat. AKA harvest. Yeah, AKA FFFU. Harvest with care. We made this like 2 years ago, and it used to hang over there.
We may not be able to do anything about the larger scale, but what we can do is to start on a small level by providing people with access to ways to empower themselves. To, you know, just by having the community garden, it shows something. What it does is it's more important than the community garden, because what it does is it plants an idea.
Amazing. Like, life happens and people don't get to witness it because they're too busy doing everything else that they've always been told they have to do.
Wow. That's pretty cool. The neighbors on the block bring all of their vegetable scraps and everything over. Free food for everyone is very much attainable, and we're proving it.
It's a consciousness shift growing, or people being outside and doing, taking care of vacant lots. If you don't have a vision for what future you want, somebody else is going to dictate that vision.
I'm gonna build a reverse roof. Most roofs you peak in the center so that the water runs off. So I'm doing the opposite. The idea is to collect the water.
Our goal here is to be community in the real sense of community. Marlon wasn't even living here yet, about 4 or 5 years ago, and he happened to walk by here. He saw that they were clearing out the lot, and he poked his head in, and she told him about it, and he told me, hey, there's a community garden here. I was like, let's do it.
You might think, oh, well, but once you get started, once you see people promoting things and see a lot of better in your community, I'm quite sure you'll be happy to contribute, because it'll make you feel wonderful too.
Anybody can work any piece of land in this entire lot. Anybody can harvest. We welcome anyone to come in.
They're like string beans, but they're like,
What?
yeah, they're like this long. They're super good.
Well, my name's Ronnie. I'm on Mercy Street. I'm the neighbor right here. So I like to tell everyone, come try it, you know what I mean? You'd be surprised who you meet.
¿Tiempo lleva viviendo ahí?
She's been there for about 30 years. She said it was all wasteland and it was trash filled. She said also for her it's great that she gets a lot more company in the summer because she's more by herself. Because now that they get to see how the plants that they usually buy in the store, how they grow, and they're healthy, and it just looks prettier. There's also flowers. And they always help us. They bring us cold ice water or fruit punch. It's a really good relationship with them. She said that's why we're here on the surf, to help one another, isn't it?
Here we go. we try to do through community gardening in the city is a really small thing. People have said to me, like, just growing a tomato plant isn't going to change the world, But I think that the things that can start to, cleaning trash out of a vacant lot, making it look like it's not just a dump site, is amazing to begin with. I think it would be impractical to say, oh, we all need to just move back to, a farm-style living, or we need to go even further and become hunter-gatherers again. Like, that's not going to happen, and that's not what I think needs to happen, but I think there needs to be a balance.
It's empowering the people. It's revitalizing people's relationship to the land, to food, to combat a lot of the things that are going on today in Philadelphia on a social level, on an economic level, on a nutritional level. These are really salient issues, and even though on the surface level it looks like we're just starting with a garden, this is something that's very empowering for all of us.
One of the things that humans need to do is we need to create, we need to discover, we're curious. You don't want to deny people their curiosity or their creativity.
It's taking care of your body, which this country has forgotten how to do. Maybe. Yes.
I feel like Philadelphia is already a great city. I feel like what it's suffering from is that we're not realizing how great we are. We have so many resources. We have resources in the people, we have resources in the art, we have resources in the land. Like, we need to take pride in the treasures that we have. That's how we become the next greatest city.
I don't want me nourishing my body to be at the expense of someone else's body.
Right.
That's not okay with me. This society today makes it really, really easy to just live in their own homes, in their boxes, and not even meet their neighbors.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that.
What I want my message to be about is that it's much more about setting roots and growing a community.
Spider-Man, I am surrounded, weaving trees.
to.
Somebody want some?
You know, I could use a little.
Yeah, you gotta take that glove off, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you
can't.